teammate is alone. Let them focus. One opponent left. Opposing team eliminated.
Hey folks, Shotgun Wasabi here. Not a lot going on with Destiny right now. We did have the recent reset with Crimson Days, a bit glitched, bugged a little bit, but thankfully it's all fixed. I know the Imperium Foundation, a lot of the communities put in an effort to donate all that fractaline. Hopefully we get to see trials sooner versus later. Alright, but in the meanwhile, I've got an exotic I wanted to kind of review. Usually for Titans, a lot of folks, of course, are going with the one-eyed mask. This one you don't see very often, which is kind of surprising given the fact that you can one-shot kill folks with sticky grenades. And it's a great way to kind of have some fun in the Crucible, troll some people. But what I want to do is review the Heart of the Inmost Light. Now, the exotic perk on this is Overflowing Light. Using an ability, grenade, melee, or barricade, empowers the other two abilities. Empowered means abilities have faster regen, melees, and grenades do more damage, and barricades have more hit points. And as I said before, you can one-hit sticky kill folks with this thing, which is pretty fun sometimes. Kind of goes back to Destiny 1 when sticky grenades back then could one-shot folks as well. Now, the subclass I like to use with this exotic is Coda the Devastator, and the reason why, of course, is because you've got that throwing hammer. You can throw a hammer from a distance. After throwing it, picking up the hammer fully recharges your melee ability. And in addition, after hitting an enemy with your throwing hammer, picking up the hammer triggers your health regeneration. Very helpful. It's basically your go-to for a quick fix on health regen. And the other one what I like about this subclass is you got Roaring Flames. Kills with your solar abilities increase those abilities' damage. Stacks up to 3 times. Now, when it comes to weapons, I prefer using something with Demolitionist. Of course, you can use anything you want, but it's helpful to get your grenade abilities much faster. When it comes to the artifact, I usually don't put too much stock into this since it's going to reset anyway pretty soon. But you can use, of course, Solar Plexus to increase your damage with all solar melee abilities. Also, Molten Overload. Solar grenades cause disruption, delaying ability of regeneration, lowering combatant damage output. And of course, Disruptor Spike kind of improves that disruption effect. All great abilities, but like I said, I try not to put too much stock in the builds with these artifacts anymore because they do reset and then kind of left hanging. In regards to abilities, I like mobility on my characters, and for this, I like putting it on the strength as well. I know with a hammer, you can pick it up and reuse it, but on an occasion where you can't pick it up again, I want to be able to regen that hammer as fast as possible. Now, to get that maximum abilities, of course, I'm using, the new Season of Dawn armor, kind of putting in everything to that Powerful Friends ability. It increases mobility, makes it easier to kind of buff your abilities here. And I'm still tweaking my Titan armor right now, so it's not quite complete. Now, when it comes to the class abilities, I try to put everything into, gaining super energy on melee kills, hands-on, and invigoration. Reduces melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb light. Again, so that way I can make sure I've always had that hammer on me. Alright, now a demonstration of this exotic with this subclass. Typically, you'll start out with one ability like your barricade, and you'll see it says empowered. And then usually I'll follow up with either with a hammer or a grenade. You'll see it actually says empowered ×2. You'll notice how fast the barricade regens when that happens. Now, much like the hunters with their wombo combo, the combo I like using is the hammer grenade. And in Crucible, if you lead with a hammer and throw a grenade, pretty much an instant death. Now, you can also throw up a barricade and then throw your grenade, and that's also instant death for most Guardians out there. Depends on the resilience, I think. Haven't done much testing on it. I'll have to follow up on it later. But again, the typical combo, hammer, grenade. And it works very well. And that's the thing with empowered. I can't always say that it's consistent with empowered ×2. You don't always get it. But I'll throw this, throw a hammer. There we go. It did pop that time. But sometimes I'll notice that it doesn't always work. I'll wait till it... There we go. I'll try this again. And that's one thing to keep in mind. If it says empowered and the timer's on there, it doesn't refresh until it expires. So just keep that in mind when you've got this going on. So if I hit it again, it's not going to go to Empower 2, or if I throw a grenade, it doesn't change it. Now I did get the Roaring Flames to proc, which is helpful because you can do that extra damage. And one thing to note, you don't have to have your melee ability up to proc the Empowered. I don't know if this is intentional or a glitch, but if you do a normal punch, you can also start the Empowered, which is helpful as well. A short and sweet video here. Try to keep it shorter. My last video I realized it was a bit long, but it's a simple combination using this exotic with the middle tree Sunbreaker. And like I said, having a lot of fun with it. If you like tossing hammers, this is the way to go. Anyway, for the video, hopefully you liked it, enjoyed it. If you did, of course, do the YouTube thing. You know, like, share, subscribe. Other than that, Wasabi out.
And you taste that. One opponent left. They don't stand a chance. All enemies eliminated.
Invaders out. You'll get them next time.